As promised, Dr. E returns with part 2. Still wearing that ugly sweater. Alright, so homework number 2, what is a bond? We've already talked about that. It's debt spelled out in a contract directly between a borrower and a supplier of capital. No intermediary like a bank. Question 2, what is the typical denomination of a bond? $1,000. Okay, and that is considered to be the principal. Each contract says that the investor will give the organization that issues the bond $1,000 per bond. A firm wants to raise $1 million of debt. How many bonds would they have to sell? Well, you take $1 million divided by $1,000 per bond, and you'd have to sell 1,000 bonds. Number 4, what is a bond indenture? It is the narrative or the text portion of a bond contract. It spells out all of the details associated with a bond. There are attorneys that specialize in writing bond contracts. The indenture. All right. What is the par or face value of a bond? It is the principal associated with each bond. It is the amount that is repaid to investors at the end of the term of the loan. Which is $1,000, by the way, unless told otherwise. What is the maturity date? The maturity date of a bond. It is the date on which the par value or principal of a bond is repaid. It is a specific date when the company must pay back the principal value. What is the term to maturity of a bond, and what happens to it over time? So the maturity date is a specific date. The term to maturity is the time period between the current date and the maturity date. It is a time period. It gets shorter every day. So if the maturity date of a bond, today is April 1st, 2020, let's say the maturity date of a bond is April 1st, 2030. That is 10 years from today. Okay? Tomorrow, the term to maturity will be 1 day shorter than today. A week from now, the term to maturity will be 1 week shorter than it is today. That is the term to maturity, the period of time. What is the coupon rate on a bond? The coupon rate. It is the contractually mandated interest rate. It's in the contract that is used to determine the dollar amount of the interest payment that is made each period. It's in the contract, and the purpose of the coupon rate is to determine the dollar amount of the interest payment that will be made to the investor, which leads to question number 9. How do you compute the dollar amount of periodic interest on a bond? You multiply the face or par value, 1,000, by the coupon rate. The coupon rate is expressed as an annual rate, but it might be paid quarterly, it might be paid semi-annually, it might be paid monthly. So you multiply the annual coupon rate by the $1,000 par value, and then you divide that number by the number of pay periods in a year. So let's say you have a $1,000 bond, and it has a coupon rate of 10%, and it pays quarterly. How about that? So the annual payment is 1,000 times 0.1 equals $100. The quarterly payment is $100 divided by 4, $25. Okay? All right. That is homework number 2. We should be good to go. I'll see you back here for homeworks 3 and 4 shortly. Until then, peace out, shalom.